coming out of university in the summer of 2011, like I could see Reeves Corner on fire from my house. I lived in Croydon, and then the rhetoric coming out from the media outlets and stuff was very much around like these young people being bad kids and they're born this way, and it's like lock them up, throw away the key. So it was almost like a eureka moment of we need to do something here, we need to implement something to try and help the young people change the rhetoric of what society's believing about these young people.
I come with the Kinetic when I was 15, 16 years old. To be fair, I never really liked school. School wasn't of interest. I was more like a practical, more hands-on. So I wanted to get like more serious into football and hopefully make it pro. It's always my dream, because where I'm from, there's either like two routes. There's either like, because I'm from a council estate, so you can imagine there's not really no one really makes it out. You know, broken dreams, and a lot of us come from broken homes, single parents, and things like that. So I think it's important that things like Kinetic, hopefully there's a lot more like Kinetic, can get a lot of people like me out and help us along the way and hopefully progress.
If a young person is very talented, they typically won't value their education particularly much when they're younger. Sometimes, in my opinion, professional clubs reinforce that by having day release programs from very young ages, which devalues an education for a young person. And then so when they might get released, at whatever age it is, they'll also potentially not have much to fall back on, because they've kind of pinned all their hopes on being a professional footballer. When releases happen, and inevitably they do more often than not from young people in clubs, like a young person's lost, they've lost their identity and they're very vulnerable.
So students that will come to us, or players that will come to us, will be releases either at 14, 15 that come into evening community sessions, maybe a bit lost on their pathway, maybe feeling that they're not good enough, and picking those kids up and giving them regular training to get into the groove again, I suppose, and finding their love of the game, but that the education does come first, and that's our angle to every student. As soon as they come through the door, is education comes first. We will provide you with everything that you want and need on a football pitch, but you need to commit to the course, give as much care to that as you do your football, and who knows what will happen with the football opportunity.
How many of you got here before 9 o'clock today? How many of you were on the pitch at 9 o'clock today, doing extras? 2 people, yeah? The balls were out, the equipment was here, and we spoke about you boys trying to better your game, right? Anytime you get an opportunity, especially in pre-season when you're not at school, you have to look to work on your craft as often as possible.
I did the first 2 years, so I did like 16 to 18 at Kinetic,
Yeah.
which was my like scholar, so I was doing my A-levels at the same time.
Yeah.
In my experience, like the best coaching I've got was over the last 3 years with Kinetic. Over the 2 years I was in the programme, we played loads of different teams all over the country, and especially in and around London. So we got regular games against the top clubs, so that was a good way to measure where we were at. I'm hoping to go forwards in football and get something full-time this summer, but if that doesn't work out, then I've got a place at Manchester University in September to study English literature, so I do that as well as football.
Aribo, huge chance, takes a long time to get his strike away, but Southampton are right back in this game.
Joe was a really good level grassroots player when he first came to us. We found him on a trial in Harris Merton at under 15. He'd just grown. We used to call him Mr. Tickle. He's like all arms and legs, and was finding him like growing into his body. Joe scoring in the UEFA Cup final this year, like I was jumping around my house. It was like amazing to see a boy from humble beginnings in Merton going to score one of the biggest matches in world football.